Good morning, RGLtv. I'm MadMega. This is Ghostbusters 2. Let's give this a quick little reset here so we can get all the credits going around here, and we'll get this moving real quick. Let's see, 5 years later. So yeah, this is the sequel to Ghostbusters. We're gonna do the one-player game, and we're gonna get started straight away here in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so let's just take a real quick second to look at how awesome the Vigo face is. Like, that is some amazing MS Paint bad guy, right? I sure think so. Alright. So as I said, this is Ghostbusters 2. This is the version that we got in the United States. If you were a fan of Ghostbusters and you're about my age, this is probably the video game of the Ghostbusters that you played if you grew up around where I did, and for that I'm sorry. This is not the best Ghostbusters game that was released. It's better than Ghostbusters 1 on the NES, surely, but I would say this is, this game has some problems, but what I do think is cool is it does a lot of different stuff. It tries to be like 4 different games, so we're gonna go check out all those different kinds of games. So that's the first start. That's one of our Ghostbusters. It was a Van Horn station, the River of Slime. But like I said, because this game doesn't really know what it's doing or what it wants to be, we're hoping to pick up a power-up there. It gives us a invulnerability, but we missed it, so now we have to just not get slimed. It's a little more tougher. Luckily, running into road signs and things doesn't actually hurt Ecto-1. It's only the slime that gives us problems, so we just have to avoid that. Nope. Trying to hit the ghosts as they spawn, and we missed, but that's okay. Drive over some of these potholes on First Avenue. We didn't really think anybody would notice. There's so many potholes there. Got some Slimers that we're killing in the streets here. A couple of more Slimes over here, and cool. We've even picked up our first one-up. Every 20 of the logos that you see that we collect, we get a one-up, so we're going to try to do that as many times as we can, because the way that this game works, it's very easy to just get trapped and die. There's a lot of stuff moving around, a lot of enemies. It's very easy for bad things to happen to you, so we're gonna do our best to stockpile lives so that we can slide through the end of the game, maybe take a couple of D-boosts, and have a nice quick experience here. Alright, there's our first big Slimer. Big Slimers can't be hurt by the regular slime blower, unfortunately. So we have to throw the trap. The traps are thrown by hitting start. So if you're playing along at home and you remember the NES from your youth or from yesterday when you were playing it, that's, you might remember that start usually is the pause button if you're playing a video game on the NES. Well, you're correct. There's no pause in this game. Once you get started, you're playing this game. You're not stopping. So when you begin playing a game of Ghostbusters 2, you're playing a game of Ghostbusters 2. There's no putting it down. There's no giving up. And that's fine by me. Alright, we've gotten through our second and final Ecto-1 stage. Let's take a look at Vigo here again with his eyes. Get that little lip curl. Alright, we got Spengler here. He's down in the subway. We're gonna try to throw some traps and not get hit by these things. We don't want to get nailed. We don't want to get our bell rung. I'm gonna try to avoid all of that. Oh, we did get our bell rung, unfortunately. That's a thing that happens. The way that some of these spawn in, they can be incredibly difficult to avoid, so a lot of times I'll try to throw traps down to catch them, but if you just miss, there's not a whole lot you can do. You're just going to take some damage. So we walk through here nice and hopefully relatively safely from this part on. And now we get to what I consider to be like the meat of the run. We see our busters in the Statue of Liberty, and yep, here we are. We're driving the Statue of Liberty, everybody. She's walking through the harbor here. Now, she is outfitted with a couple of different weapons here. We've got the torch that we can use. You'll note that I can aim it back and forth. That doesn't come standard. You have to shoot the little torch that will fly across the screen. And as long as I don't take damage, that I will be able to move her arm back and forth and deal damage to ghosties like this. And also, she's because she's effectively a building. Lady Liberty's made of sterner stuff than our Ghostbusters, so she can take a couple of hits here from enemies and things and might not necessarily actually take damage. But there's another one-up for us. That's nice. We're back to 3 lives, so hopefully we can stockpile a few more as we make it through some of these bonus rounds and some of these ghosties here. So the way that this works is this game will give us a couple of waves of enemies. We're on our second pass of waves, so we'll have to do 2 sets of each ghost wave. Now we'll get over to here. We'll throw this bomb. It's just for a speed convenience thing. Try not to take damage from that guy if we can help it. We're gonna try to actually hit a couple of extra bonus rounds. In a PB or world record attempt, I'd probably be trying to take a little bit of damage from like these shots from those ghosts there. But the reason I'm not gonna try to do that is we've taken a few hits already, so we're trying to stockpile a few extra lives here. But now we've got, you see there are these, that was what I was afraid of. There's just so many things like happening presently. I was trying to shoot, you'll see some of these ghosts fly across here. Well, let's just do this. Can hit the invulnerability and should be able to fly through the end of this stage relatively quickly here. This should be the last screen, if these guys will die. You know what? Let's throw it. There we go. Alright, Vigo again with his smirk. Now, if there are 3 enemies on screen and you throw your bomb, it will end a wave. So we try to use that in certain stages where the waves are especially frustrating or difficult for whatever reason. Those clouds that shoot lightning bolts are a pain, so we don't like to deal with them if we can help it. These ghosts are very scary. It's very easy to get caught by them accidentally, so we're going to try to be as careful as we can on this wave. It's very, very easy for them to spawn sort of on top of you and just damage you. What you'll notice is that the back of the screen, the right of the screen, actually will, things will cross from one side of the screen to the other. So like if something goes off screen to the right, it will reappear on the left. So I have to be cognizant of that when I'm standing to the far side on the left side, that I need to not try to get hit by things as they spawn on the from that side. Here's some invisible enemies. We're gonna hope that we wait long enough with that bomb to throw it. There are 3 enemies on screen, and we can end that invisible wave all on its own without any difficulty. Because again, we can't see them, so we don't know where they are. We don't know what those ghosts are up to. So it's best if we can just hit them with a tablet bomb and then not have to fight them at all. Just because otherwise, in the invisible stage, you just sort of stand here in the center and just sort of shoot straight up in the air and hope that nothing hits you, because you can't do a whole lot else. Unfortunately, I didn't get another bomb, so now we're trying to make it through this screen without being able to wipe it quickly, but we picked up an invulnerability, that like classic ghosts that will come sometimes fly across the screen there. If you shoot that one, it gives you invulnerability, so anytime we see that one around, it's always helpful to try to grab. I'm missing some of our logos here, which isn't ideal. Oh, cool, we magically picked up an invulnerability. That happens sometimes. You can kill enemies on certain frames that the game will sort of misinterpret as shooting something else because something else has just spawned on screen or has just despawned, and it counts as collecting it, so either way. Doesn't really matter, but we're going to try to sneak through all of this real quick. This screen is pretty easy to clear when you have invulnerability, and we're going to try to get as many bonus things as we can. Sure seemed like there were a whole bunch of enemies on screen there, so let's take them out. And that worked. That worked. We were able to get a whole bunch. That's fantastic. And now we should only really have one or two more rounds here. This should be the final round of ghosties, assuming that everything goes well. Oh, goody, we got a bomb. All we got to do is wait for a few guys to be on screen and we can use it, and that might do it. Oh my goodness. Managed to get hit. Oh, here's a Statue of Liberty. There's a foot just showing up at the Museum of Modern Art. Alright, so let's get our Ghostbusters to Vigo. Oh boy, that was a sloppy start, I'll tell you. Couldn't get that first Slimer to get out of the way. Now, lately, when I've been playing this game, when I've been practicing, I've had a lot of trouble in this stage with rim and stands. I'm just like walking into these things, he says as he walks into something. And so I'm going to try to be a little cautious and grab as much extra health as I can. But we're doing okay already, honestly. But we've got to get all 4 of our Ghostbusters to Vigo. That's doable. But, so everything here is great. It is gray and great. We're making our way through. There's our first Ghostbuster to Vigo. And you see he hits him with a little bit of slime, but that ain't quite enough. We got to get a few more Ghostbusters in there to be dealing with Vigo, the master of evil. Try to battle him, boys. That's not legal. We can't be messing with the Ghostbusters. So we're gonna get Winston over there next. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff that the game is gonna send at us that we gotta dodge, dip, duck, dive, and/or dodge, and not get caught. Hopefully we throw these traps and catch some big Slimers so we don't have to deal with them. Pretty clean movement here for Winston. Could sneak under those, but we're gonna be a little cautious. So these guys throw red slime, and the red slime doesn't hurt, but what it does do is it'll make me run in place, and then everything else that's around can hit you. So we don't really want to deal with that. So here's Egon. I'm gonna catch that. Now we've got, just to get through Egon and Peter, that's all we have left to do. We gotta get Peter Venkman and Egon to Vigo, and the game ends. There's no boss fight at the end of this. It's just kind of like a, oh hey, did you kill Vigo? Cool, you did. That's the game now. So we have to wait for this slime, unfortunately, to dissipate so we can get out of there without getting caught and running in place. But there's some big Slimers for some traps. Catch it, no problem. Nice and clean. Oh, I have a terrible itch of the nose suddenly. That's a bad time when you're a speedrunner. We're just gonna run through all of that. Nice. Alright, so there's 3. Now we gotta get our fourth Ghostbuster, our laziest Ghostbuster. Of course, he only just shows up now. I should shout out our spider friend here. That's our spider. He's like a Terminator. He doesn't stop, he doesn't negotiate, he can't be reasoned or bargained with. He does not stop. When I told you that if you play this game, there's no pause button, so when you start playing it, you have to play it till you're done. That spider means that you can't just stand around and wait. It'll come get you. So All right, we were able to get through there. A little sloppy, but all things considered, able to get through. Still have plenty of lives and health. We're gonna dodge all of this. Time's coming up when we get to the end of this corridor that we've seen 3 times already. Let's grab these guys. That's okay. We can just walk right through him, throw that trap down to catch that big guy. I've still got 3 lives, so we're just gonna jump through it. We're gonna take the D-boosts, because why not? And that is time 15 flat. We've defeated Vigo. We've improved the painting. His ugly face is gone. And how about a little Auld Lang Syne, everybody? New York City is saved. We destroyed Vigo before the midnight deadline. It's before midnight somewhere, right? I think so. And so that is Ghostbusters 2. That's really all there is to it. If you hit end game, it brings up our some credits. So there's really nothing here. Just shout outs to Dan Kitchen. He cooked up a good one, I think, right? So stick around. I got some more stuff coming your way. But in the meantime, I think that was Ghostbusters 2, and I think got some Jay and Silent Bob coming up shortly. So. Let's stick around. We'll be right back.